I'm gonna do a quick setup or review of the Model X screen and menus. So we start with the controls on the top. You have the locks, the charge port, the wiper, the window lock for the back. If you want to raise your suspension, if you want to fold your mirrors, display. You have three options for the display, either left, center, or right. You have the mirrors, steering wheel. That's where the recordings for the dash cam, sentry mode, and the glove box, as well as the doors. You can open them, close them, in the front and the trunk. And then the pedal, you have chill, sports, and then insane. I like chill, I like just take it easy. And when I need it fast, I switch it to insane. The drag strip mode, if you want to have fun with the car. Standard is my steering weight. It's just how heavy, and you can apply brakes for regenerative braking. This option, auto shift beta, it's when you press on the pedal, it knows if you want to go forward or backward, and if you're in a three-way situation, it switch automatically. And I'll do a video on that. It switch automatically to park or reverse on its own. If you're having snow, sand, or mud, you can put the slip start and the trailer mode. In the suspension, you have very low, low, medium, high, and very high. This car has an air suspension, so and then the adaptive sensing dampening is auto. It figures out on its own while you're driving how to raise or lower the suspension, and if you want more data on the suspension, it shows them to you for each suspension, what it's doing, and the body acceleration, the G-force as well. Charging, you can set it up to charge. You can schedule to depart every day. My car is ready at 7 a.m. and then at 5 p.m. it gets ready for me to go back home. Autopilot, I have now the full self-driving supervised, and I like it on average. Assertive, I kind of felt like it's very aggressive, and I like the average. Lane change, it will vibrate and give you a chime every time you change a lane. You can set it to minimal lane, but I like it to change lanes when needed, so I left it on off. The automatic set speed offset, it measures the speed of other cars, and this way you're not the only one going slow. It goes, I'm noticing that 5 to 6 over the speed limit. Speed limit is relative, and I have offset of 20 miles an hour. Usually that's relative to the current speed. Forward collision, I like it on medium. Lane departure avoidance is on assist for me. And all these options are for safety: emergency lane departure, automatic emergency braking, obstacle awareness, traffic aware cruise control, and green traffic light chime. So whenever the lights turn to green, it gives you a chime to go. For the locks, so here where you select all the locks, you can do the child lock, the window lock, walk away door. I excluded home because we park in a garage and I don't want the door to open and hit the other car. Walk up and lock, so it unlocks the car when I'm walking up. Hands-free trunk, this is a new feature which I'll do a video on. You stand behind the car and it opens up automatically on its own. You just have to stand still. It will chime 3 times and the trunk will open. Drive door unlock mode, driver door, I have it off because I want all the doors to be open. Usually we go as a family, and this way it's not just the driver door. Unlock on park, when I switch to park, the doors unlock. Falcon door height is on auto, so it sees the sensor and it measures how much it needs to open. Exclude automatic door opening at home, we already went through that. I don't want my doors to open. Close all with key fob, I don't have a key fob, but I have the option on. Lock confirmation sound, just for my knowledge to know that it's locked. Close window on lock, so if I lock the car, windows are open, it will close them, and it will send me a notification if the car is open to my phone, just to be notified about it. And here's the connection. You have the home link and the MyQ. MyQ is requires subscription. The home link does not. The only difference I saw in these is that the MyQ will let you know if the garage is open or closed because it has a sensor. I have a MyQ on my phone, so I know when the garage door is open or closed. Home link, it just sends a signal to the garage, and that signal will either close or open based on whatever the garage is doing. So keep that in mind. In the settings of HomeLink, I had it where it's manual. I don't like it to automatically open and close the garage for me. I do it manually. The lights, my headlights are on auto. Here where you have the front and the rear fog light. The auto turn signal, so whenever I change a signal, whenever I change a lane, the signal comes turns off on its own. Auto high beam, it's really nice. The ambient light is under the under here, so it will have an ambient light, and the dome light is the light on top in the middle of the car. As far as display, appearance is on auto, so it'll go dark. I reduce the blue light. I like the brightness on auto. I have the tilt to the left because most of the time I like to see what's going on, but if I have a passenger, I usually put it on center. The blind spot camera gives you like a red thing on the camera. Whenever the signal light is on, you'll see like a red line here to tell you to change it. I clicked the screen clean mode by mistake. Anyway, and then lock rear display. Whenever the kids are giving me a hard time, I lock it so that they can't do anything. The wheels here, which will go over this one, if I press it, it's gonna ask me to open the glove compartment. So if I go ahead and press it, it's gonna tell me enter the pin for the glove compartment, and when I enter the pin, it's gonna open up for me. So it's kind of a security thing. I don't want anybody to open the glove compartment except who knows the pin. And here you change the languages and some settings of the car, whether you want different units or not. Trips, you see all the trips. Navigation, this is where you set your navigation. If you want trip planner, online routing, if you want to avoid tolls or ferries. Safety, you turn on sentry mode. I'd have it off at home, at work, because there's cameras elsewhere. Camera based detection, it will save it if the car notices anything. And then dash cam is on honk, so whenever I honk, it will save. That's where you format and you delete the dash cam clips. Automatic blind spot collision warning chime, allow mobile access so that you can access the car from your app. Pin to drive, I usually turn that on when I go park in public places, usually like if I go to a garage or something, but at home or work I don't have it on. It's simply, I don't need it, but you can turn it on from your app as well. The glove box pin, we showed them to you. Speed limit mode, I have it off because if you go over the speed limit on auto steer or FSD or whatever, then you're not allowed to use auto steer or FSD for the remaining of the trip, so I turned it off. Cabin overheat protection is, I have it off because it uses the battery, and I usually turn the car on before I get to the car, so it usually cools it down. Automatic 911 calling if the airbags are deployed. It has a security alarm, park assist chimes, so whenever you're parking, you'll hear chimes if you're getting close to an obstacle. And then Joe mode is when the chimes are in a lower voice, and that's where you power off the car if you need to. In service, you see your PSI. You can put it on car wash mode. You can see different notifications if you want to tow the truck, if you want to jack it. Wiper service mode, you have calibration for the driver's seat, steering, mirrors, everything. Clearing browser data if you're having any issues, or you can actually reset your Steam app where you have all the games. Software, that's where the software of the car is. I have full self-driving. Premium connectivity comes with the car for 1 year, and I'm now on version 12, 2024 14.6. And the full self-driving 20.3.6, which I'm using daily, and it's pretty impressive. And that's where you have all the privacy, and if you want to go into developer mode, Wi-Fi is, you see all the Wi-Fi connections, and it connects automatically whenever I go home. Bluetooth the same, and if you need any upgrades, that's where it goes. You do it over here. On the top, this is the home link. If I want to open the garage door, this is where it gives you all the notifications. Let's say, for example, here yesterday when it says the proceed with caution. Whenever I got in the car, there was a door open, so it's nice that gives you an alert over that. And then Bluetooth, it shows you all the Bluetooth connections you have, and then the connection of the Tesla car. As far at the bottom, you have, this is where you get the screen menu, and then this is where you control your heat, your air conditioning thing. That's where you set it to auto. You can turn on different features, the fan speed, the biodefense mode. You can turn it on here. That's where you schedule if you want to depart at a certain time. This have the option to keep the AC on if I get off the car, dog mode or camp mode, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, heated side camera, side mirrors. And that's where you control the rear. I can turn off the it has a heated seats in the back for the kids, and that's where you control all the temperature. Usually if there's nobody sitting in the back, it turns off and it's not on. And then at the bottom here, I have all the apps. I like these apps because these are the ones I use, but you can move any app that you have on the car. You can move it to the bottom. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apps that I use, and usually here at the end is the recently used app. So if I go to cameras, for example, and then the camera app will be here. That's where you control the volume, and this is where you swipe. Let's say when we're going as a family, I can swipe the radio control to my wife, and I'll be like, okay, you control the radio, and then that's how it gets close to her. On the top here, you can see the profiles, and then you can turn on sentry mode, you can lock the car, and here you can see the temperature and the time. That's for the infotainment system. And here is the front instrument cluster, where you can see the battery, the temperature. If I'm driving now, it's gonna show you all these tools, and then if I go forward, you can see it shows you the obstacles around you. Press to drive, I don't even need to shift, it recognized I was going forward, and then when I hit park, it goes back to the parking and shows you the whole car. Anyway, I hope this helped some people to know how the instrument cluster is on the Model X. Oh, I forgot the steering wheel. You have the signal lights. These control the volume up and down, and then if you go right and left, you can skip a song or go to the next one. And also you can answer and hang up the phone using this. This will bring up your lights, your beams. This is the horn, and this is for the cruise control. This button, you press it in, it goes full self-driving or auto steer, depends on your option. This is for the windshield wipers, and this is for the voice assistant. And that's about it. That's all the buttons in the car. There's no other buttons. Hope you enjoyed this. If you like this content, please like and subscribe.